Okay, so yesterday I got something completely unexpected in the mail. This has never happened to me before. It's a new version of the Lono Flow, but with a really interesting feature on it. So here's what it looks like. And then when I opened up the box, I saw this. Ta-da! It's basically my comics from the channel header on my YouTube channel, and I just thought this was a really cool touch. I had no idea this was coming. Lono just randomly sent it to me after I had reviewed the Flow a few months ago. But it's really cool. It's got my laptop and pencil there, and then my little foldsy head, and we've got a little hairy barefoot, and we've got a barefoot boot. So I don't know, it was really cute and I appreciate it. Lono is a brand that has consistently surprised me. They've only done one shoe so far. They're a super new brand, but a lot of times with barefoot brands, I see these companies come out and they just sell on Amazon, like Wooden, for example. And what they do is they just copy an existing style and they make like a worse, cheaper version of it. But Lono is a really interesting brand because they're more budget friendly, but their shoes are really high quality and they feel great too. You can check out my full reviews if you want to, but they're super flexible. They've got a nice wide toe box. They do get a little slim towards the very tip, but overall I think they've got a lot of room. They're very stretchy, but then they've got the support where you need it, so they're really good all-around cross-training type of shoe. They're super flexible. They've got a slip-in upper. They've got a little bit of padding on the back, which is great. Some reinforcement here. Overall, this version of the shoe is pretty much the same, but one of the major differences that they changed was the sole. So still very flexible. Like I said, you can twist it like a pretzel in any direction. But the old Lono Flow had slightly thinner lugs, and the problem was that they got pretty slippery on wet conditions. It's not a problem for regular pavement, but you know, if you're on some rainy pavement or cement, these little nibs just don't provide enough traction for that. Or if someone like spilled some water at the gym, something like that. And they fixed that with the new version because the lugs are twice as big as they were before. So it's still super flexible. That hasn't changed at all, but there's just a little more traction here. There's some texture on the nibs too. So they've got a bit more grip. I was just doing some back and forth stuff on the pavement and then just on the wood floors as well to try something super slippery. And the grip is really good. Not to mention just a tiny bit of padding, which is nice if you're a barefoot beginner or if you're doing higher impact stuff like jumping. But let's just take a look at what I'm talking about with the tread here. So you can see this is the original and the tread is quite thin, and then they've just made it a little more beefy. So I think this is a good change. You still got a lot of traction up front, which is one thing I like about Lono. I haven't seen very many brands do this, and they also have traction in the back. So there's lots of different features that help give you a little bit more grip with the shoe. But still, it's, I don't know, it's a very inventive shoe. They've got like their classic off-kilter lacing so that when you're bending, you don't get that knot biting into the top of your foot, which is cool. And then overall, they're just really light, flexible, comfortable. You can wear them barefoot. I usually wear Injinji merino wool toe socks because they spread out my toes and it just creates a little bit more airflow and breathability and temperature regulation versus synthetic materials. And even though they are biodegradable, I just generally like natural materials on my skin. So if you do wear them barefoot, I would just recommend washing your feet off afterwards. And helps keep the shoes clean anyways. Yeah, and then something else that I really like about Lono is they've got this notch here. I've had this problem with other shoes where you bend the shoe and then it crimps in like a weird way here. So yeah, that's something else that's really cool. And overall, I think they're still a great shoe and certainly one of the most affordable shoes if you want something that still feels high quality. It gives you a really good, flexible experience. They've got some lockdown here, some little extra built-up padding that helps keep your heel. I could just go on and on about this shoe. It's a really fascinating shoe. And just kind of to loop back to the original point about this this little tag here, like Lono just does things differently. Like they could have done what everyone else does on Amazon and just come out with a copycat shoe, but they've just continued to surprise me with interesting decisions and, you know, cool marketing things that they're doing just with the box and the insole and yeah, all the features on the shoe. So props to Lono for going above and beyond, and I am really excited to see what else they come out with. But if you'd like to support the channel, I put links down below to Lono and also to my shoe finder tool where you can browse and filter for more products, as well as my zero drop transition video if you want to learn more about barefooting. But if you have a question about the Lono Flow or about barefoot shoes in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, catch you next time, peace!